if I could do one thing, is I would undertake a series of changes such that young people are in search of meaning. That's what I would do. Now, again, it's not that they would find meaning, it's that they would search for meaning, because that's the essence of it. You know, one of the things that people do who find more meaning in their life is that they address questions that have no answers. Really, really difficult questions. They break their head on questions that don't have answers. And there's a reason for that, actually. Questions of meaning are largely adjudicated in the right hemisphere of the brain. Questions of stuff and technique and analysis are on the left side of the brain. We're crowding out all of our meaning questions. Why? Because every moment on the screen and in social media and watching Netflix and everything else that we're doing, it's just sitting us in the left side of our brain. And the right side is becoming less and less accessible to people. We're becoming less competent at grappling with meaning questions. What do we need to do? We need to be bored. We need to have open-ended conversations. So when you and I were kids, we would have in our early 20s, we'd have these kind of BS sessions with our friends asking these pretentious questions. That turns out to be a huge part of our development.
And that was also the purpose in many ways of looking back at colleges, right? Yes. Was to debate these questions. Yeah. And now they're not doing that. And also college, everybody's like, we don't even need college anymore. Yeah. But there's no space or place to debate these questions of why am I here? What is my purpose? Do I have a divine path? Religion, quote, is in decline, and spirituality is up, and enrollment in the military is down. The things that used to bring the country meaning, that used to bring the country identity, that used to make people feel a part of something, are disappearing.
Right. We talk a lot about how screens and social media have led to a mental health crisis for young people. And you know John Haidt and his work, and it's really important, it's wonderful, and it's true. Behind that, even at a lower level than that, is the fact that what screens and social media are doing is they're distracting us from being able to look for questions of meaning. We have a meaning crisis is the real problem, and we're being distracted by modern life, largely by the technology, from pursuing the questions of meaning. So you don't have the BS sessions in the dorm at night because you're looking at your screens, and you don't even know how to start. It's interesting that you will find you will search for meaning at the stoplight unless you pick up your phone and look at your texts. Yeah. Why? Because your brain will go into something called the default mode network, which is a series of structures that take you to a subconscious level. And that's what you need to start asking these questions in your life. And so what we've done is we've technologized ourselves out of the ability to ask the questions, which is why we don't have any of the answers anymore. And that's what's creating the problems for American happiness.